Mightyreacts, back with the reacts. On today's video, we are reacting to this crazy old woman ran over a bunch of homeless guys. She's really crazy. If she went to where the homeless people are staying or laying sleeping across the street, just on the sidewalk, and just decided to run them over. But hey, let's react to the video. This video is by Ray William. So enough of the talking, let's react.
So this insane woman ran over some homeless guys in order to collect some insurance money.
What the
Now the woman's
fuck?
name is Helen, and Helen is 66 years old when the story starts.
Bro, I really thought she just was crazy in the head and decided just to run them over, but to collect insurance money? How?
Living in Los Angeles, and this woman is straight up evil. She's a longtime con artist who wants nothing more than to make money in the most sinister way possible. And one day, in 1997, she comes up with a diabolical plan to get paid. She partners up with her friend, this woman, Olga, and together they concoct this scheme to take a life insurance policy out on some random homeless person and then eventually unalive them with their car to collect the money. And so they volunteer.
Bro, these two old ladies are straight up menace. Bro, they really decided to just rent these homeless guys just to collect money. Shit, bro.
At a local church, a church known for feeding the unhoused, because, you know, they're trying to meet some homeless people. And there they meet this guy, Paul. And Paul is the perfect target for their scam. And so Helen and Olga, they befriend Paul, and they pretend that they want to help him out. And like they get him set up with an apartment, and they help him pay his rent and some of his bills. And Helen and Olga are able to pay for all this because they already have some money. Like, they're not poor. And so it seems like they aren't pulling this insurance scam only for the money. It's like they're partly doing it for the thrill. But anyway, while Paul is under their care, they...
Listen, guys, they are already old people. They live the life. They are on, how you call it, pension, something. They are retired. They have already money. They can enjoy life. And now they're gonna do some dumb shit just for extra money. Really.
They get a rubber stamp made of his signature. That way they can sign papers for him without him ever knowing that they did. And so signing papers is exactly what they do. And they take out a bunch of life insurance policies in Paul's name, and of course, they name themselves as the beneficiaries. Now, this is a long con, and they can't take out life insurance on someone and then immediately unalive them. That would look way too suspicious. So instead, they wait. And 2 years go by, and it's now 1999. And finally, they're ready to unalive poor Paul. And so one night, they give Paul something, sedatives or alcohol, we don't know, but something that makes him pass out. Then they...
Hey, bro, sorry. I really need to pause this. Shit, bro. They really waited 2 years for this plan. These women are really, really crazy.
Take him to a secluded back alley where no one is around, and they place him on the ground. Then they get in their car and they start it up, and boom, they run over him. That's how they kill him. And so after that, they leave him there. And sometime later, police find him in the alley, unalived, and the whole thing looks like a hit and run. So I guess they just rule it a hit and run. And he's homeless, so there's no family there to even challenge this narrative. So then, of course, after this ruling, none of the insurance companies suspect anything nefarious happened. And they all end up paying out Helen and Olga around $600,000.
But why? How? God damn.
And this is great money for them.
However,
they seem to think that they can actually get more. And so they try again. They actually try a few more times. And one of those times, Olga spots this unhoused looking guy on the street, and she approaches him, and she's like, "Hi, are you homeless?" And I guess the guy's like, "Yeah." And she tells him that she works with an agency that can set him up with money and a place to live. And so this dude's like, "All right." And soon, she's having him fill out paperwork. And this paperwork is asking him all kinds of questions, and bro, he doesn't really like this. It feels very intrusive to him. And as they file an insurance policy on him for $800,000, suddenly this dude is like, nah, this is all weird. And he freaks out and he declines all their help. So this guy's lucky.
Yeah, bro. You did a great job right there. You saved yourself. Because you was about to get murdered.
He gets away. But Helen and Olga aren't done.
Killed.
This seems to only make them want to pull this con off even more. But this time, they're going to try and get more money. A lot more money. So in 2002, they decide to try again. They go back to that same church they went to the first time. And there, they meet this homeless guy. His name's Kenneth. And of course, they run their same old scam with him. They approach him and they say that they can set him up with money and a place to live. And soon enough, he starts trusting them. And they move him into an apartment and they start paying his bills. Now, Kenneth, he's a former screenwriter with some severe mental health issues. And allegedly, Helen and Olga lure him in with some kind of screenwriting deal or promises of a screenwriting deal because Kenneth believes he's working for their production company, writing on some sort of like TV or film project. I don't know, it's whatever lie they told this poor guy. And so they get him to agree to fill out a life insurance policy as an act of good faith. They also get another rubber stamp, this time of Kenneth's signature. And using this, they take out a total of 18 life insurance policies on this guy, worth around $5 million.
Shit,
and so
bro, I cannot even I didn't even think about you can scam people like this. Shit, bro. How does work? Bro, I don't even understand anymore. How you gonna get a homeless person that don't have nothing to their name, no job, nothing, and you get them to sign life insurance, and if you murder them or if they die, you get their money. I don't understand how that works.
After that, they wait a while so that these policies.
But, bro, isn't one policy or one life insurance is enough? So how they get 18?
Can settle and, so that they don't look suspicious. And then, finally, one day, they're ready to unalive Kenneth. So one night, they get him really high on sedatives and alcohol, just like they did with Paul. Then, they put him in their car, and they drive him to a secluded back alley, and they push him out. And I guess he's just like lying there on the ground, and they put his bike next to him, because I guess he has a bike. And they stage it to make it look like he was in the alley fixing his bike, when some random driver just came along and accidentally hit him. So then they get back in their car and boom, they run him over. Twice. And this, of course, unfortunately, unalives him. And so their devious plan worked again. He's gone. And all these ladies have to do now is wait for their insurance money. So it looks like they've now gotten away with this scam a second time. Until...
Dun, dun.
Here's the thing about all this. Helen and Olga, they took out a lot of insurance policies on their victim this time. Apparently 18 total. Now before, they waited 2 full years between when they took the policies out and when they unalived their victim so as not to look suspicious. And they did the same thing this time. They waited 2 full years on all the policies.
Guys, these women had a really passion of doing that because they waited 4 years to unalive those 2 homeless guys, and they planned everything so good and helping them out. Those homeless guys thought they were being helped, and unfortunately they got scammed and unalived by these women. Bro, these women are really, really passionate about this.
Except for one policy. They go to cash in one policy and it's just under the 2-year mark. And apparently life insurance claims that are cashed in under 2 years, they can be investigated for any reason. And that is where this guy steps in. We'll just call him Agent. An agent, he works for the insurance company, and he opens an investigation into all this. And so agent, he starts looking into it, and he notices that some of these things aren't adding up. Like the bike tire Kenneth was allegedly fixing wasn't actually flat. So why was he fixing it? Plus, there's oil all over all his clothes, like someone drove over him slowly rather than crashing into him and knocking him to the side, like, what you would suspect would normally happen.
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that. And so Agent reaches out to Helen and Olga, and he tries to set up a meeting with them, but they won't talk to him at all. I mean, they're acting real shady. And so Agent, he starts realizing
Of course, they know what is about to happen, so...
that this claim of theirs, it isn't real. And so he reaches out to the police to get their take on it. And he starts explaining all this to one of the officers about how a homeless guy was run over by a car. And coincidentally, one of the officers there remembers a similar case from years before, where a homeless guy had been run over by a car. Paul's case. And so immediately, Agent cancels Helen and Olga's life insurance policies. Meanwhile, Helen and Olga, they're pissed that their policies were canceled. I mean, all that hard work went to waste. And so they decide to try again. They go...
Bro, stop it. Stop it. Bro, you literally see that the people are on you guys and you still keep going to doing the same bullshit. Bro, stop it. These women are really fucking... madness, man.
Go out and they find yet another homeless guy. And soon enough...
But bro, this time they really gonna run out of luck, because now they're gonna get onto them like this is a 3-person homeless guy that they ran over, and they did the same. Like they have to get the insurance money and all of that. So bro, this time they gonna get caught.
Olga is filling out paperwork with this new guy, but this time the police are on to them. And so, bam, they arrest Olga. Here's her mugshot. Also, bam, they arrest Helen. Here's her mugshot. And they both go to trial, and they are both found guilty, and they both get life in prison.
Luckily, the third homeless guy did. Luckily, the police arrested them before they could murder the third homeless guy. But guys, come on. They are already 2 old ladies. They are retired. They could enjoy the rest of their life, and they have already money. And they decided to go and murder homeless guys just to get more money. Alright, it's a crazy story. But this was the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. See you guys on the next reaction. Gone.